All right, I've been reading a lot about Africa lately, and I thought I would go over everything I have read. I'm going to do it in the order in which I read them, which I think would be helpful. So the first one I read was How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by Walter Rodney. This one is kind of a general overview of the ways economically that Europe underdeveloped Africa, obviously. And I found it to be super readable, incredibly helpful to kind of understand the depths of it. It's something that at a glance you'd say, oh yeah, of course, but this book does a great job of really showing you how that worked practically throughout 500 plus year history of the interaction between the two. And I found it incredibly helpful to just orient my mind towards like, what do I need to be paying attention to in this, how this relationship works and how Europe is exploiting Africa, not just obviously through the slave trade and all of that, but economically, the relationship of colonialism, the colonizer to the colonized, a developed country to an underdeveloped country, all of that is put in this book. And I think he's wanting to help us to understand this isn't, the state of Africa is not just a byproduct of Africans not knowing how to use their own resources. This is a byproduct of exploitation, that Europe is as rich as it is because of Africa. And I think that was just an incredibly, he just hammers that home. The richness of Europe is a product of Africa, and let me show you how that is. So very, very helpful. Okay, King Leopold's Ghost. This one covers the reign, the rule of King Leopold over the Congo, the Democratic People's Republic of the Congo. So it's incredibly brutal. The stories in this, the history in this book is really kind of unbelievable. The amount of loss of life, the brutality of the rule of Belgian rule under King Leopold, and then it transitions to just a regular old colony after he hands it to the Belgian government. It's unbelievable that this history is been sitting right there for us to know, but many people like myself really had no idea of the details of this history. And the author, even at the end of the book, is just like, what happened here happened all over Africa. And this isn't 300 years ago. This isn't 200 years ago. This is 1905. Some of this stuff is going on. It starts in 1880s and goes all the way to the 1910s, and then continues in just a slightly less brutal form right after he hands it to the Belgians. So this is really heartbreaking. Okay, the next one. This is the Congo, a people's history from Leopold to Kabila. This really covers the 20th century from King Leopold, so back half of the 1900s, all of the 20th century. So 100 plus years. Really thought this one was brilliant. It's